Okay, so, first of all, let's address why I'm dressed like a ninja. Now, I was going to wear a collar under on my head, but it was too big and it kept falling off. So I figured that if I was dressed as kind of a ninja, then, you know, when discussing a contentious topic like this, people may, you know, think twice about hurling social media rocks at me, basically. So hopefully, well, at least it'll be nicer, maybe. Okay, so basically, full fat or Diet Coke? Diet Coke is better. Okay, now let's get into why. So, now obviously water is better, okay? You know, water, tea, coffee is always going to be better, okay? But if you absolutely have to have your kick of diet soda every day, you're better going with diet, okay? I'm going to talk about why. Now, I'm going to buckle in because this might be a bit longer than normal. And if it looks like I'm reading it, it's because I am, because I want to make sure I get everything in. Okay, so let's look at it from a purely physiological standpoint. Weight loss, as many of us will know from the research, is mainly calories. Calories in versus calories out. So let's look at the calorie aspect, okay? So, full fat Coke has 140 calories per can, okay? Diet has 0 or close to 0, okay? Full fat has 39 grams of sugar. Diet Coke has 0. Okay, so from a purely physiological standpoint, let's say you have 5 Cokes a day. If you switch from full to diet, you save 700 calories a day. Okay? And you also save 195 grams of sugar. Now, you know, sugar's being demonised a little bit at the moment, and there's loads of different research and opinions on sugar, but let's say it is, you know, you can't eat any, which, you know, is a different topic for another time. You're saving 195 grams a day. Okay, but again, let's go back to calories. 700 calories a day. Now, a lot of people could get a substantial amount of results just switching from full fat to diet. 700 calories a day. That could get you a substantial amount of results and doing nothing else, okay? Just imagine what you did if you added other things onto that, okay? So, let's talk about the contention, okay? And remember, I'm dressed as a ninja, so think twice. I'm just kidding, just be nice, okay? So, aspartame is normally, you know, the reason why we should avoid diet drinks, okay? So let's look at the evidence on aspartame. Now, at the moment, there is no clear evidence in humans that consuming aspartame in moderation is harmful, okay? As always, with everything, the danger/poison is in the dose, okay? And that, you know, that relates to everything. Water, oxygen. You have too much, it's toxic, okay? So, now, as far as I'm aware, the only studies that have shown negative effects have been done in rats, which doesn't correlate to humans, and they use extreme levels of dosages, okay? So one, for example, that set the world on fire was when they found that high doses of aspartame cause leukemias in lymphomas in rats, okay? Now, when correlated to humans, let's correlate that to an 80-kilogram human. The dose that they gave these rats, when correlated to an 80-kilogram human, would be the equivalent of 2,000 cans of Diet Coke a day. You're probably not going to drink that, okay? A study from 2006 by the National Cancer Institute looked at 500,000 adults, and they found that drinking aspartame-containing beverages did not increase the risk of lymphomas, leukemias, or brain tumours compared to those who didn't drink them. Okay, and also a 2013 meta-analysis showed no significant carcinogenic effect, okay? Now, another sort of aspect or hypothesis, I can never say that word, is that it tricks the body using fake sugar in inverted commas. I can't use inverted commas with this on. Again, there is no evidence that aspartame causes an insulin-genic response. And another one is about cravings. Again, there is no evidence that aspartame triggers cravings or increases appetite. Now, there may be some anecdotal evidence Okay, but again, it's highly individual. Obviously, if it affects you, cut it out, you know. And, you know, just on that, there was one study that looked at basically, is it the aspartame or is it that you know you're getting it and you think it might give you sort of a negative effect? So basically they use like, so they basically said to people, right, we're giving you aspartame, and 100% of the people got headaches, okay? Now, when they tricked, in inverted commas, with a placebo, only 35% said that they got headaches. So was it the, you know, oh, I know I'm getting it and it might be bad for me, so I get a headache? You know, again, it's highly individual. And again, if it affects you, steer clear, okay? Now, as I mentioned before, as always, the danger and the poison is in the dose, okay? So what is the acceptable dose? So they've set the acceptable daily intake of aspartame at 50 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, okay? Now, this equates to 175 packets of the small sweetener packets, okay? Or 21 cans of Coke a day, or Diet Coke a day, okay? Now, what's interesting about this level is that this level is what they have deemed safe for you to have every single day for the rest of your life, okay? Not just in isolation, or you go a little bit over and all of a sudden you get these negative effects, every day for the rest of your life. And what's also interesting about this level is that this is set with a margin of error of 100 times factor. Okay, so they set it 100 times lower than what they found as a sort of fail-safe margin of error. That is a huge margin of error, okay? So the dose that they have found to be, you know, negative is actually a lot higher, but that's just equating with that margin of error, okay? Now, what is actually interesting is people always talk about stevia, for example, which is a natural sugar in inverted commas. And the acceptable daily intake of stevia, as set, is 0 to 4 milligrams a day, which equates to 10 packets a day, which is actually a lot less, a hell of a lot less than the acceptable daily intake of aspartame. I just thought that was an interesting little piece to throw out there. Think of that what you may, okay? So, in conclusion, this is not to encourage people to drink copious amounts of Diet Coke before anybody somehow comes to that conclusion, okay? And it's also not to say that you can go out and drink 20 a day, because I said that 21 is the max that you can drink, and because 20 is less than 21, that is totally fine. Not what I'm saying, okay? As always, individual responses as well. So if it causes you headaches, if it causes you to crave stuff, if you only ever have your Diet Coke, which causes you to have 4 Big Macs, obviously address that. Again, it's individual. However, what I am saying is that if you absolutely have to have a soda every day, drink diet, because at the moment there is no evidence that having a couple a day is going to have any negative effect on your health or weight loss. In fact, it may help weight loss, okay? So that is my video for this evening. As always, hit the interactions, guys. Always appreciate it. Like, love, haha, wow. Share, comment. I appreciate it all. It sends it out to more people, which is my goal. So please do that, and I appreciate it all. Have a fantastic evening, and I shall see you on the next video.